Good evening, dear dreamer. I'm Mooncat, your guide through tonight's journey into the twilight realms where magic and mystery entwine. As you settle into the cozy embrace of your blanket, let the soft glow of imagination light your way. Imagine, if you will, a world where the boundaries between the mystical and the mundane are as delicate as the first frost of winter. A realm where fairy laughter echoes through ancient woods and shadows dance in the moonlight. Our tale tonight is one of enchantment and intrigue, where a mischievous fairy king and a mortal boy bound by destiny embark on a hauntingly beautiful adventure. Prepare to be gently lulled into the heart of Faenor's Glade, where secrets rustle like autumn leaves and every whisper carries a touch of magic. The fairy king, with his wry smile and boundless charm, is bound by an ancient oath to protect a boy whose dreams are as vivid as the stars. So close your eyes and let the soothing cadence of this story carry you away to a world where mischief meets destiny and every shadow tells a story. Let's drift together into the Fairy King's oath, the enchanted guardian and the mortal boy. In the deep, rolling hills of the land known as Eira, where twilight lingers in a delicate embrace and ancient forests whisper secrets to the wind, there was once a fairy king named Finn. His realm, a hidden haven in the heart of a great and undulating wood known as Faenor's Glade, shimmered under the gentle light of countless will-o-wy, the wisps. Faenor's Glade was a place of enchantment, where the air itself seemed to hum with magic, and the trees, towering oaks and silver birches, stood as ancient sentinels, their boughs intertwined in an eternal dance. Finn the Fairy King was a being of remarkable mischief, with a heart that danced as lightly as his feet. He was tall and slender, with skin like the first blush of dawn, and eyes that sparkled like stardust. His hair flowed in wild waves of auburn, and he wore a crown of interlaced vine and delicate moonlit blossoms. His laughter, when it came, was like the tinkle of crystal chimes, though often it was at his own expense. One crisp autumn evening, as the stars began their slow ascent across the velvety sky, the Fairy King found himself in a peculiar predicament. Finn was bound by an ancient oath, one made in the days of old, when fairy folk and mortals shared a closer bond. This oath required him to protect a mortal boy named Ciarán, a child of only 10 years, who lived in a small village nestled at the edge of the forest. Ciarán was not like other children. His heart was pure, his curiosity boundless, and his dreams so vivid they seemed almost tangible. He spent his days exploring the woods, chasing butterflies, and listening to the songs of the stream, unaware of the Fairy King watching over him. It was this very innocence that had drawn Finn's attention. The tale began on a night when the moon was full and the silver light bathed the world in a soft, ethereal glow. Finn, being the mischief maker he was, had decided to amuse himself by subtly influencing the course of events in Ciarán's life. He sprinkled laughter and joy wherever he could, though his actions were always discreet, hidden in the gentle rustling of leaves or the sudden appearance of a particularly lovely flower. Yet, fate had its own designs. In the shadowed depths of Faenor's glade lurked a dark presence, an ancient fairy lord named Morven, who had once been a brother to Finn. Morven was bitter and twisted, having long abandoned his oath to protect the natural world. His heart was a blackened pit, and his presence was like a cold wind that swept through the trees. He sought to disrupt the balance between fairy and mortal realms, believing that only through chaos could he reclaim his lost power. One fateful night, as the great oak trees swayed and whispered, Morven set a plan in motion. He cast a dark spell, one that would cause misfortune and shadow to fall upon Ciarán. Finn, ever vigilant despite his playful nature, sensed the disturbance almost immediately. He knew that the oath he had sworn was not merely a duty, but a deep bond of guardianship that connected him to the mortal boy. Thus began an epic quest through the intertwining worlds of mortals and fairies, with Finn navigating both realms with a blend of levity and seriousness. The journey led Finn to the village where Ciarán lived, a place where the moonlight wove through the cottages like silver threads, and the scent of wood smoke and bread permeated the air. To protect Ciarán, Finn enlisted the help of his closest allies, Bramble, the mischievous pixie with a penchant for pranks, and Elowen, the wise and serene woodland nymph, with eyes as deep and ancient as the forest itself. Bramble's antics often brought laughter to the otherwise tense moments, while Elowen's calm guidance was a soothing balm. The adventure took them through enchanted groves and across misty moors, past ancient stone circles that held echoes of forgotten magic, and through shimmering pools that reflected more than just the stars. Each encounter was a blend of wonder and danger, where Finn's irreverent humor often clashed with the seriousness of his quest. He played tricks on goblins who tried to steal their way, and he charmed wraiths who were too curious for their own good. At the heart of the tale was a poignant moment when Finn, while in the guise of a humble minstrel, shared a quiet conversation with Ciarán. The boy, sitting by the fire with his small wooden flute, spoke of his dreams of adventure and the wonders he had seen in the forest. Finn, with his fairy eyes full of ancient wisdom, realized the depth of the boy's spirit and the true nature of his duty. It was not just about protection, but about nurturing the light and purity within Ciarán. The final confrontation with Morven was a grand affair, set in the heart of the ancient wood where the boundaries between realms were thin. The air crackled with dark magic, and the trees seemed to lean in with bated breath. Finn and his allies faced Morven's twisted spells with courage and resolve, their combined strength weaving a tapestry of light that countered the darkness. In the end, it was Ciarán's own bravery and the pure-hearted wish he made upon a star that turned the tide. As Morven's dark magic was undone, he was cast into the abyss of his own making. forever lost in the void he had created. As peace returned to Faenor's glade and the mortal realm, Finn found himself once more a figure of playful mischief. Yet his bond with Ciarán had deepened into something more profound. He continued to watch over the boy, though with a greater respect for the fragile beauty of the mortal world. And so, under the ever-watchful gaze of the moon, the Faerie king and the mortal boy continued their separate lives, their worlds forever intertwined. The tale of Finn and Ciarán became a legend whispered by the wind, a story of mischief, adventure, and the enduring magic of guardianship. And so, dear listener, as the last echoes of magic fade into the quiet of the night, we return from our journey through Faenor's glade. The mischievous fairy king and the brave mortal boy have woven their tale into the very fabric of the twilight, leaving behind a whisper of enchantment and wonder. As you drift back into your own world, may the gentle embrace of our story linger, like a soft, moonlit caress. Let the soothing whispers of fairy laughter and the rustling leaves guide you into a peaceful slumber. Remember, in the quiet moments before sleep, the boundaries between dreams and reality blur, and magic is always just a heartbeat away. Thank you for joining me on this enchanting voyage. Until next time, may your dreams be as wondrous as the forests of Faenor, and as comforting as the warm glow of moonlight. Rest well, and let the fairy whispers guide you through the night.